We are now in the second important type of tissue of animal, that is the connective tissue. It is also known as binding tissue, as because this tissue connects and binds the different tissues and the organs of the body. Here some introductory points for this tissue. Like connective tissue binds or connects various tissues and organs in the body and provide them rigidity, support and protection. A lot of functions: rigidity, support and protection. It also called packing tissue. It is the most abundant tissue in animal body and comprises total body 30%, approx 30% of the total body part. In case of the epithelium or epithelial tissue also, we have first noticed about the basic features or characteristics features of the tissue, and depending upon that features, depending upon that characters, we have seen the various type of tissues of present. Like when we are talking epithelial tissue and its type, what we have seen in case of the basic features of epithelial tissue, that will be present in all the different types of epithelial tissue. Understand? So that is the basic features. That is the basic characteristic features. Here also there are some characteristics of connective tissue. Like number one, it has a considerable amount of intercellular space and called matrix. It is here one more important features for you, that is the presence of matrix in the connective tissue. The matrix as connective tissue is of various types. They may be fluid type also, they may be solid, they may be non-rigid, they may be flexible type, and that is why their matrix are also different. Like they may be jelly-like, they may be fluid, they may be dense, hard or rigid. You may see all this category when we will study about the types of connective tissue. There are only a few cells loosely packed in the matrix. That means this matrix is the part of the connective tissue where the cells of the connective tissues are scattered, embedded or maybe packed. This is the fact. And the third important characteristic features here, there are presence of fibers, and that fibers are of three types. Number one, collagen fibers. This is the white color fiber and possessing the collagen protein. This is the white color fibers and possessing and containing the collagen protein. Second type, elastic fibers. This the color is the yellow, and the name of the protein which are present in this fiber is the elastin protein. And the third one is reticular fibers. It is the brownish fibers containing reticulin protein. That means there are three different types of fibers, and in all three different types of fibers there are three different types of protein you have seen here. So this is the basic structure of a connective tissue. More or less you see this type of structure in the different type of connective tissue. Now after the characteristic features, the one more important thing here is that the connective tissue composed, number one, with matrix, in a connective tissue, just to be like to summarize here, a connective tissue A connective tissue, having the following parts. What are that parts? Number one, like we have seen, matrix. In each and every type of connective tissue, there are presence of matrix, in which the cells of the connective tissue embedded, scattered, and may be packed. And number two, important thing, number two, cells of connective tissue. This is the second. And the third, just we have seen here, what is this? Fibers. Presence of fibers. So these are the some facts about the structure or the characteristic features of the connective tissue. Depending upon this, you may more or less see the different types of connective tissue. Here now we would like to once again, in the earlier class we have classified it, but may it has been missed. Once again I would like to revise and revive that things for you, like when you classify it, may you classify it in this manner: connective tissue, here and may here and may here. Connective tissue, the first connective tissue proper, connective tissue proper. Here in this category we will study a very brief idea: areolar. Number two, adipose. Number three, tendon, and number four, ligaments. So here under this there are four different types of connective tissue. And what is the second? Skeletal connective tissue. Under this we shall study cartilage, and number two, bone, and number three, the fluid, or maybe you call liquid connective tissue. Under this we will study blood, and second one is the lymph. So these are the facts about the classification or the different types of connective tissue. Depending upon the basic features, we may see in all cases there are presence of what? There are presence of matrix, there are presence of cells of the connective tissue, and there are presence of fibers which are related with the connective tissue. There are varieties 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That means 8 types of connective tissue. May you write those 8 types in a sequence also, or may you write in this way, which I have categorized here. And now there are some introduction, a brief introduction to all this. The first, see here, there is a presence of areolar. This tissue, as we have seen here, that it acts as a packing tissue. That means it binds the different organs, it binds the different organs, it binds the different tissues, it packs the different organs, it packs the different tissues. That means it may be present between the different organs and pack the tissue, like here it is areolar, presence between the skin and the different tissues, and like around the blood vessels, like around the nerve, etc. Adipose just beneath the storage organ, the storage places in our body is the skin, and that is the adipose, that is related with the adipose. There are also some connectivity between the two bones. That functions will performed by the presence of the ligaments, and if the bone and muscles will be connected together, that is the tendon. So there are some here in this category we have seen the supporting tissues that will support, that will bind, that will pact the different organs and part of the body, like areolar, like adipose. It is the tissue which present beneath the skin and stores the fat. Here the skeletal, that is framework, बॉडी के हमारे शरीर के जो पूरा ढांचा है, जो फ्रेमवर्क है, इसको बनाने वाले जो दो कनेक्टिव टिश्यू होते हैं, इसलिए इसे स्केलेटल कनेक्टिव टिश्यू कहा जाता है, और ये कार्टिलेज है और ये बोन है, ये दो टाइप है इसका. यहाँ इन दिस ऑल दिस टाइप ऑफ टिश्यू there are some special emphasis I would like to give about the matrix. Like here in case of the bone, you may see the matrix is hard, like it is made up by the phosphorus and calcium, and here it is also there is a made up of the certain hard substances like the glucose, like the protein, etc. So that type of matrix may you see, and the matrix may be fluid, like here in case of the plasma where there is a matrix. In case of the blood, in case of the lymph, the matrix is plasma, and in this type of matrix you may see that the plasma itself comprises 90% water and only 10% the dissolved materials, both organic and inorganic. So here there are three different categories of the tissue, that is the connective tissue. The first one, connective tissue proper, the second one, connective tissue skeletal, and the third one, connective tissue, fluid connective tissue or liquid connective tissue. Under this there are 4, under this there are 2, under this there are 2 connective tissue. So these are all included, and it is the content of our syllabus. One by one we shall discuss about each and every tissue.